YouTube, man, welcome back to another Unguardable podcast. We are back at it again. Cam Killer Cam, as always, man. And y'all, we are finally back with another episode. I know it's been a while, but we are back. We're going to be locked in. The NBA season is right around the corner, and we are kind of late for NFL season, but we are going to be locking in for NFL season for the rest of the year, and beyond. So we're going to lock in. We got a lot of stuff planned for today's episode, so let's get right to it. Very first thing that we have today, and I'm going to edit this into the video so you guys will be able to see it better. So very first thing that we have is week 5 preseason, week 5 and NBA preseason. So very first thing I want to talk to Cam Killer Cam about is NFL, and then we'll go straight to NBA because I only have 2 games on here that really stood out for me the most. So Cam Killer Cam, man, week 5 was an eventful weekend. For us Niner fans, it wasn't necessarily the best of the best weekend for us. As you see, we unfortunately took that L to the Cardinals. It was a divisional game. We are now dropped to 0-2 in the division. We do have a game coming up on Thursday against the Seattle Seahawks. But as you see, we have all the games up here. I'm pretty sure you can see all of them. Cam Killer Cam, talk to me about what game to you was the biggest surprise. For me, the most exciting game and the most biggest surprise game besides the Niners, I was able to tune in to that Baltimore Ravens and Bengals game that went into overtime. That was one of the craziest games I've ever seen. Lamar was having a fantastic game. I think he ended up throwing 4 touchdowns. Joe Burrow ended up throwing like 5 touchdowns. It was a ridiculous game. Lamar ended up having like a fumbled snap where he was just running, almost got sacked. It was kind of crazy because of how far the center snapped the ball behind him. And was able to find Likely for a touchdown pass, which was actually ridiculous as hell. So yeah, that game was probably the most exciting over the weekend. That Houston Texans Buffalo Bills game, that was actually a crazy game to watch because Josh Allen wasn't Josh Allen. I was expecting him to, have a really good game, even though he was missing Shakur, his number 1 receiver. I expected Stephon Diggs to have that game that he did have. Nico Collins did end up getting hurt. We did have a lot of big injuries. Nico Collins ended up getting hurt. What's his name? Ended up getting Derek Carr for the New Orleans Saints. He ended up getting hurt. Rashee Rice, as you guys know, he's out for the year. Another big injury, if I'm not mistaken, Devon Achane for the Miami Dolphins. I know he got shaken up with a little concussion. So a lot of people are getting roughed up. But Cam Killer Cam, talk to me, man. What was your biggest surprise over the weekend? And as you see on the front page, if you want to talk about that as well, your thoughts on the Jets firing Robert Saleh this morning at 7 a.m. I was literally watching fantasy football, and they reported it. Adam Schefter reported it, dropped the bomb at 7 a.m. this morning, so it was kind of crazy. So I just want to get your take on your matchup of the weekend and what you think about that Robert Saleh stuff, man.
First things first, gotta pull this up right here, right? Let that.
Oh, autofocus. Let's see that autofocus real quick.
Right. Washington beat the Cardinals 42-14. Yeah, the defense that second half, letting James Conner look like Bo Jackson. He was looking like Derrick Henry. Like, he was looking like the best running back of all time, bro. I think they said he went from averaging like 1 yard a carry to averaging like 7 yards a carry, bro. It was insane. He was like running for a first down every time he touched it. So the game, it did not look good. Of course, Brandon Ayuk, feeling like Dice Boy over here, right? He always be saying, like, every time he has a good game in the rec, we lose. As soon as Brandon Ayuk has a good game, we lose.
What are you talking about, man? Oh, yeah, Brandon Ayuk, yeah, he did have a good game. Yeah, that's true.
And we lose. Mooney Ward, I've seen a lot of people been getting on him. The cornerback thing is always tough because it's like, man, you're good. You're so good of a corner that quarterbacks aren't going to throw at you. And the 1 or 2 or 3 times they do throw at you at a game and you give up a big play, people get on you, but it's like bro. He just shut down a whole side of a field for
Mm-hmm.
5 straight plays, and he gives up a target. It's tough being a cornerback.
Yeah.
So I'm not too much on him. Ufunga finally comes back, and he's out for like a month now.
Yep. Wrist.
Um, so got to get healthy. It's really not much to it, bro. Got to get
Nick
healthy.
Bosa's not pressuring the quarterback. My man Nick
Yeah,
Bosa hasn't been
the defense hasn't been
rushing
that
forward,
great.
not getting to the quarterback, and still getting killed on corners. Like, come on, chat. Red zone offense has been horrible. Horrible.
Yeah,
We're second in getting to the red zone and 30th in red zone conversion. Like, actually scoring. Like,
yeah, that with the D line, it all starts in the interior. The interior has to be good for the edges to be good. Because if they're not helping on the interior, then they can really spread out and stop Nick Bosa. And now the quarterback goes all day. So interior gotta get better for the exterior to get better. But man, Fred Warner been out there trying, bro. He can't guard everybody. Um, Jair Brown, he's looked good. Um, yeah, gotta get healthy. Um, Another game that stood out. The Broncos. Let me see how much points exactly they had. But letting Bo Nix cook you up, bro. Crazy. Broncos dropped 34. If I'm a Raiders fan, I feel horrible losing to the Broncos 34-18. Um, Devontae, he needs to get out of there, bro. Free Devontae.
yeah, thanks. Raiders. What do you think? You think he's still gonna go to the Jets even after that Salah stuff?
Um, it don't matter where he go, bro. Just give him a quarterback.
What do
Come
you?
to the Bay, man.
49ers?
On a minimum.
Yeah, I think that's the biggest thing.
Restructure that
I
contract.
think that's the biggest thing about Devontae is that the Raiders don't want to pay him out, and then a lot of teams have to take on a lot of money and have to pay him a lot, and a lot of teams don't.
Oh, he's 100% getting his contract restructured.
You think so?
If he wants to play for a quarterback, he can go to a team that got money, but they ain't gonna have no quarterback. So yeah, if you want to play winning football, gotta restructure that contract a little bit.
Yeah. So any surprises for you as far as week 5? Like was there any?
Yeah,
games
that Broncos, the Broncos for sure.
the Broncos
Letting
game?
Bo Nix drop 34. I know it wasn't all Bo Nix, but
Who
that's
did they end
crazy
up
to let the
playing?
Broncos drop 34. The Raiders, they beat the Raiders 34-18.
Yeah, that was a big game.
That's definitely was surprising.
Broncos defense and fantasy chat. That was a big game. All right, so 2 games I want to bring up that we have to talk about is these Golden State Warriors. So I'm gonna share my screen real quick just so Cam can see the scores real quick. So the first score I got popped up is the Phoenix Suns just played the Los Angeles Lakers and they beat them 118-114. And the reason why I have that game up there is because that was the very first game that we saw Bronny James and LeBron James step onto the court together for the very first time. And as well as the Golden State Warriors. This is our first preseason game where we played the Clippers and we beat them 91-90 off of a Lindy Waters game-winning 3. It was very, very intense. It was such a good game.
I didn't like the defense. I get it was game 1 of the preseason, but it's like I get people like Zubac. They're in the league for a reason. Like they perfect their craft on those little push shots or whatever. But
Yeah,
Trace not being able. Trace can't. If Trace can't contest Zubac and slow Zubac down, it's gonna be a long night playing against Jokic and all them other bigs. So the defense and James Harden was cooking with no Kawhi out there. The defense, but what I really want to talk about is Moses Moody. It is not looking good. He played good, but he was he played good. He was one of the best players out there, but he was the 11th man off the bench. Right, the starting lineup was Curry, DeAnthony, Kaminga, Draymond, Trace. Then the backup was Pods, Buddy, um, Looney.
Mm-hmm.
Who else was out there?
GP.
GP and who else was out there? There
You
was
got
one other
you got
person out there.
Melton. You got Kyle Anderson.
Melton started. Kyle Anderson. It was Pods, Buddy, Kyle Anderson, GP, and Looney. So that's 10 right there. And Wiggins didn't even play. That's 11.
He didn't suit
So
up.
it looks like Moses Moody's going to be the 12th man off the bench. Is Steve Kerr even going to go 12 people deep during the season? So I'm scared for if what Moses Moody's PT is going to look like.
Do you think that's somebody that deserves playing time or should have playing time?
Um, I mean, definitely think he can get in some spots. It really depends on who we're playing against because now as much as I love GP2, he's like one of my favorite players. Top five, one of my favorite players. But I love GP2. There's definitely going to be games where Moody can play over GP2 because we might not need the defense of GP2. We might need the offense of Moses Moody. Same thing said would be Kyle Anderson. We might not need the defense of Kyle Anderson. It could be a Moody game. Or even it might be a game where we start Draymond at the center and let Trace be the backup big. And now Moody's taking Looney minutes. So I think there's different ways to get Looney in the lineup, but man, being the 11th man off the bench is looking rough. That's not even counting Wiggins because Wiggins didn't play.
We can move on to this slide real quick, and then I'll hit the fantasy to end off. So our next preseason game is tomorrow. We are
In the city.
playing the Sacramento Kings. So Killer Cam, man, what do you think
I don't see no
about
beam.
the Sacramento Kings preview coming up? So we get to see DeMar DeRozan, Sabonis, Fox. I'm pretty sure they're all playing, correct?
What?
Keegan Murray. Obviously, we're gonna
No
have
clue.
all of our players playing. I don't know if Wiggins is gonna be playing. I'm not sure if he's active or not. But we have a big game ahead. I'm super excited, man. Do you think the Warriors can come out on top with this one?
Yeah, I think they should. I don't want to say it's a rivalry, but it's definitely that Cali beef or whatever. I don't want to sit here and act like they just want to come out here, but there's definitely something there that I think they're gonna play with a little bit more pep in their step versus they did versus the Clippers.
Yeah, 100% agree. And I saw the Lakers just dropped their new Lake Show City Edition jerseys, and as you see right there at the bottom, at the top left, right under the Warriors logo, they dropped those Lakers jerseys that are like black and go to black to purple that says Lake Show on it, as you see. And then I went on Bleacher Report and was able to find some concepts. Now these all aren't true jerseys, they haven't dropped yet, but I guess these are all rumored city jerseys and some of the ones that I like. They have the Kings up here, they have the Warriors, Pistons, Clippers, the Hornets, Memphis, which looks pretty nice, Toronto Raptors at the bottom right hand corner with the dude doing the between the legs, so it looks pretty nice. So Cam, what do you think about these city jerseys, and are do you think that any of these jerseys are worth copying? I saw your comment on the Lakers post talking about the Lakers jersey looks like a jersey that you just got off of Temu. So, how do you feel about these new jerseys? The jersey that I don't like the most is probably going to be that Golden Michigan yellow. I like the dark blue ones that we had like 2 years ago. The ones that were blue and yellow. Like, I'll show you guys right here. I actually got the jersey, chat. Jordan Poole. So, I like these Michigan State ones, chat. I like these Golden State ones. But the ones that we're getting, the newer ones, like they're like a weirder, like they're a darker blue, and they just look literally like the different Nuggets, like the ones they had last year, the 5280, the area code they look literally identical to that one. Everybody knows as a true Warriors fan, we all want these jerseys back because these were the cleanest looking one. The black with the gold, blue.
Man, where am I?
Like, these look the most satisfying, and these were our championship jerseys. And until we get jerseys that look like this, we're not gonna win again, bro. Like, I swear to God, bro. If we get these other guys' jerseys,
Hold up. Need to see the Warriors pop out in a
they got the
the
classic. So they got the
CMC
white. They got the white
with
classic
the captain patch.
The captain patch.
But yeah, this is my DH Gate LeBron jersey, man. That's the first thing I thought when I seen these. When I seen those.
The DH Gate, man. The new CD edition jerseys just look crazy.
I like the Kings though.
So the ones that were my favorite, as you guys saw, were the Kings. That Memphis Grizzlies one looked really nice. It was like a red with the blue Memphis lining on it. That one looked beautiful. The Toronto Raptors concept, if the Toronto Raptors pull that off, I might have to get a Toronto Raptors jersey, man. Because they literally are resembling the iconic dunk that Vince Carter is known for, and they said that they're retiring his number and all that stuff and honoring him this upcoming year or something like that. And so if they put that logo as their thing with the Raptors dunking, that would be very nice.
Here's the bag.
That man secured the bag. I'm dead.
Got some nations, man. I ate all day.
So yeah, I think that those jersey concepts would look nice once they come to fruition. Before we get out of here, y'all, week number 5 for me went pretty smooth. I played my girlfriend this week. As you guys see on the screen, on the left side. Actually,
Well, I won by like a combined 4 points in 2 leagues, bro.
He said I won by a combined 4 points. So I'm in 3 leagues, you guys. I did end up losing 1 league. I am 1-4 in 1 league, but I am 4-1 in another and 4-1 in another. In my 8-man league, I'm 4-1, and then in another 12-man league, I'm 4-1. But as you guys see on both sides of the screen, I was able to come away with the dub. I played my girlfriend on the right side, blew her out the waters with my team. And then on the left side is my 12-man league, and I was able to inch that out. I was praying that Patrick Mahomes didn't have a good game.
Is it backwards?
Nah, I can see it. 114.96.
We got a 1-point lead. Oh. And then this one, I won by 4.
They gotta focus. There you go. 126.32 to 130.18. He beat my girlfriend.
Chat.
My girlfriend lost twice. That's crazy.
I was losing in both of those games. I had 1 person left in both leagues, same player. So y'all, man. Y'all see how much points the GOAT gave me to give me the win, bro. 13 points.
That's wild.
Give me the win in both leagues.
That's actually kind of crazy because I was playing against Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce, and I was praying the whole night. I was projected to lose because Patrick Mahomes was having such a good night. He was having such a good night. And I was like, I just need Patrick Mahomes to throw a pick. And y'all, he just happened at the right moment, to try to throw it in. Juju Smith-Schuster dropped it. That lineman picked it up, pick. And I was so happy in my life because, man, I started J Love coming back off his injury. This was his second week. He ended up having a decent week. He had 2 passing touchdowns, but he ended up throwing a pick and ended up throwing short under 330 yards. Patrick Mahomes ended up throwing like 350 plus, but he didn't throw any passing touchdowns. And like you saw, Harrison Butker kicked so many field goals, so thankfully I wasn't playing against the Chiefs kicker. And freaking in my 12-man league, a guy won because the Chiefs defense was able to get some good stops against the Saints. So fantasy was a crazy week. So yeah. You got anything to close out for this episode, Cam Killer Cam, before we go on to week number 6? We could do you have anything to say before we go into
Yeah.
about that 49ers Seahawks
Let's
game on Thursday? We literally got it right around the corner.
let's get this live nations taste test right here, man.
A live Nations taste test. Nations is not that good. I ate In-N-Out today and that shit was fire.
Oh my god, that's such a good burger right there, man. That's gotta be top 5.
Top 5 is crazy. Crazy.
I mean, who else is up there?
Burgers? In-N-Out.
Nah, name 5 better burgers. Okay, In-N-Out. I'll give you In-N-Out.
Shake Shack?
I'll give you Shake Shack. I'll give you Shake Shack. End of the list. Nice.
The Habit. The Habit.
I'll give you Habit. I'll give you Habit. I'll give you Habit.